Hey guys, it's John here from Taming the Trunk. Thanks for watching. This is the first Ask Me Anything. Kind of brave, really, aren't I? Saying Ask Me Anything. But if you do want to ask me anything about Evernote, questions, opinions, anything like that, just leave a comment below and I'll try and get to it in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you're watching this. If you're watching it on YouTube, don't forget to check out tamingthetrunk.com. So subscribe, click things, do things. Yeah, you know what you got to do. So this week, I got a bunch of questions from Robert and Jason. So let's get on with it. Okay, let's jump into Evernote and get on with the first questions. Let's see what Robert has to ask. So first question is, when will all paying users get the ability to create Google Calendar events from within Evernote? This has been promised for weeks. It has been promised, yeah. It should be rolling out now, so you might have it. By the time this video goes live, you might have it. Okay, so this is my account, sort of like demo thing. That it doesn't have too many notes in it, but I use this to like try things out and test things and stuff. So if I go to event, then you can probably see my Outlook calendar is connected there. I got personal and calendar thing, and you can create an event. So just choose whichever calendar you want to go. So there is a good chance you'll have that. If you haven't got it yet, it's rolling out, so you'll get it really, really soon. Second question, when will they fix the issue where transcription produces results in Welsh? Now, this is a really weird one, this is, because you're about the fourth or fifth person, I think, who's mentioned this to me, that they kind of like, they're in the UK, they're talking English, but when Evernote transcribes the audio, it comes out in Welsh. I've tried it a bunch of times, and I've not had the issue at all. So I'm not entirely sure. I have mentioned it in the kind of like the Evernote expert forum. So see if they take a look at it. What I thought was happening was that the audio was kind of using, or the transcription thing was kind of using maybe what country you're in, your IP address or something, or what your operating system is set to, those sorts of things to decide what language it was. But I don't think it is. I'm not sure. I'll tell you what, let's try it out and see what's going to happen. Let's add some audio. Let's test it out. So add, where is it? Audio recording. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm talking English. So does it transcribe this into English, or does it transcribe it into Welsh? I tell you what, let me try something. Let me say bore da. Bore da? That's Welsh, sort of. It's bad Welsh. So let's see if it detects that as Welsh, and the other bit is English. How about a bit of French? So bonjour, monsieur, ça va? Does it detect that as really bad French? Interesting. Not tried this before, so let's see what happens. So let's transcribe this. Hit the transcribe button, see what happens. See what we get from it. Okay, so testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm talking English. So does this transcribe? Does it transcribe into Welsh? Tell you what, let me try something. Bore da. Now, it's not quite right. That's what bore da should be. So French, bonjour, monsieur, ça va? It's definitely detected that as French. So what I think it's doing is it's detecting the language you're actually speaking. So if you speak in English and then switch to French or switch to another language, it would detect that. But why it's actually churning Welsh, when you're speaking English, I have no idea. I have asked the question, so if I hear anything, I will let you know. Third question, when AI will be able to run custom prompts by the user, i.e. generate auto links similar to how Reflect Mem does it, like automated hyperlinks. Interesting stuff, isn't it? I think from all the conversations I've had with the Evernote folk and I've heard, the AI thing is kind of, they've been a little bit cautious about it. They don't want to kind of like just throw everybody's notes just into the AI. It's very much opt-in and very much selective at the moment. Whether that changes, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there will be new AI functionality coming, but a lot of what Evernote looks at the team are looking at is how to solve an actual problem. So instead of just giving somebody a prompt and then saying, go for it, a lot of people won't know what to do with that. They'll look at a prompt and they'll say, I don't actually know what I've got to type into this prompt. But if you look at something like maybe AI Edit or something where you can actually summarize something, you can turn it into a social media post, you can turn something into an email, you can translate something. Those are actual specific tasks which the AI is doing. And I think we'll probably see more of those coming. What I would love to see, and this is total opinion and speculation, what I would love to see in the future is some sort of private AI system. So maybe, I don't know, the AI model is running on Evernote servers. It's not running on somebody else's servers, right? And it's completely sandboxed to our account, each of our own accounts and notes. So it doesn't learn from everybody's notes. It only learns from our notes and the way we do things and how we do things. And I would like to see that. I think that could be quite interesting and quite powerful. Yeah, that's for the future. I think there'll be more AI stuff, but I haven't heard anything about sort of like full-blown stuff. Jason, you got some questions. So, provide a working mechanism to allow folder imports to work. I drop a file into a folder and it gets imported into Evernote, and then once it's successfully imported, the file is deleted. That's what you want to happen, right? At the moment, the file gets imported. So this is about the sync folders, as they're called now. It used to be called import folders. They're called sync folders. If you don't know what a sync folder is, basically you can get Evernote to constantly keep checking and watching a folder on your computer, and every time a file gets thrown into that folder on your computer, it will automatically get thrown into an Evernote notebook, a specific notebook. So let's just head over into my settings and you can see what it's like. So sync folders here. Let's just connect a folder. So if I go to my desktop, I've got a testing import folder here. Select that and we can set that up. And you can choose to select, to whatever, subfolders, whatever, and put it into whichever notebook you want to throw it into. So I'm going to apply the changes there. That's sorted. So what we'll do, let me just export this. So if I right click and just export this as a PDF quick, let's say it works at that, and then throw that into the testing folder like so. It should automatically throw it out. Evernote should notice it and it should bring it into my inbox folder there just now. Bingo. Ta-da. Okay, so that's for folks who don't know how sync folders work. That's how it works. The problem which you're having by the sounds of it is that it doesn't delete it. And I know that this was something that was listed as coming soon about a year ago, and the coming soon tag came off. If I'm honest with you, I've not heard anybody mention anything about it since then. It was mentioned ages and ages and ages ago. I would imagine it's on the list of things to do, but I wouldn't think it's a huge priority. I would find another way to do it by now, maybe create some sort of batch file or something. If you're using Windows, I'm pretty sure Mac's got a similar sort of thing where you can it could automatically, maybe a couple of times a day or whenever, just delete all the contents of that folder. So don't know if that's coming just yet. Second question is, when will they provide the ability to export a full ENEX of everything rather than the notebook by notebook approach? Yes, interesting. So the ENEX is basically the Evernote's own file format for your notes, and you can export these. You can right click on a note or right click on a notebook and export the whole thing as an ENEX file, and then keep it, do whatever, give it to somebody else, whatever you want to do, and then import it back into Evernote at some point. So even the old legacy version of Evernote never gave us the opportunity to download everything whilst keeping the notebook structure. Old version of Evernote from years ago, you could download all your notes in one go, but they wouldn't be in a notebook. They would just be random notes, just notes everywhere. So if you ever had to import them back into Evernote, you'd then got to throw them back into notebooks and things, which was it's kind of, if you've got thousands and thousands of notes and maybe 50, 100 notebooks, that's almost impossible. So the notebook by notebook approach, whilst it's time consuming, is is probably the best way of doing it at the moment. I know I heard something in a call ages ago that finding a better way for folks to export stuff is on the list of things to do. So I would expect at some point that to happen. What I would personally like to see is maybe log into the settings and us to be able to generate a backup of the whole thing and download it. My CRM system lets me do that twice a month. My invoicing system, I think, lets me do that once a month. So maybe it's not something that you can constantly do all the time, because it could be like gigabytes and gigabytes of data to have to download. But maybe once a week, twice a month, something like that, we could download, a whole load, maybe a zip file or something of the whole thing. But again, when you talk, some folks have got like 40, 50, 60 gigabytes of stuff, probably more. That's a lot to export, isn't it? But yeah, I think in the future we will probably see a better way to export things, but I don't know when. Okay. If you've got a question, leave it in the comments and I shall get to it in another video. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to go to tamingthetrunk.com. Thanks for watching.